I done seen the future in America won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. Take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money.
The Lord said the only way we gonna prosper and have good success, good businesses, good families, you know what I'm saying? Or good what else we need in our community? We need churches. The only way we gonna prosper in this lifetime is if we come back to God's commandments. Read that.
Joshua chapter 1 verse 8.
What's your name, big bro? Yeah. Elijah, right? Read. Listen to this, because what we're talking about right now is what it means to be a man. Now I asked these two brothers. Brother Kerry right here said being a man means taking care of your family, right? And Brother Mark said being a man means keeping the commandments. What's your definition of what it means to be a man?
Kind of means to like take care of your family and just doing what you're supposed to do, trying to get better and doing what you know you're supposed to do.
Okay, but what do you know you should be? What do you think makes you a good man? Because you said doing what you know you're supposed to do. What are some things that you're not doing that you know you're supposed to be doing that can make you a better man?
Just taking care of myself more. Trying to.
What do you mean by taking care of yourself more? What do you do that's harmful to yourself?
Being like put yourself in stressful situations sometimes. Fool with people you know you're not supposed to be.
That's a big one.
Doing stuff that you know, like I said, really ain't good for in your mental.
But you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And why you think it's like that? Why you think we do stuff that we know we're not supposed to do?
Bring it up. Most of the time, it just be forced to happen. Like you've been doing that for your whole life, so you don't even never really be thinking. Sometimes it's so wrong with some of the stuff you're doing.
Right. But a lot of the stuff that we do today, where did we learn it from? We learned it from our uncles, granddaddies. You know what I'm saying? These things were passed down to us, generations of trauma. You know what I'm saying? You'll see young kids walk around today with their pants, like 10 years old, walking around with their pants sagging out, poo shiesties on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know poo shiesties on. They got the shiesties on. It's 100 degrees outside. They got shiesties and hoodies on. These niggas are crazy. Right. But they walk around here with their pants sagging. They smoking cigarettes. Where do you think they get that from? Who they watching? They watching the older people. So a lot of the stuff, like you said, is a forced habit. We grew up seeing it happen. We started doing it, and it's a habit that we formed to now. We don't even got to think about some of the stuff we do. It's on autopilot. But listen to what God is saying, bro. Romans 12:2. And hold Joshua 1:8, get Romans 12:2. Because as a man, Karen, don't go nowhere. What's your nationality?
What's my nationality?
Your nationality.
Okay, baby, I just told you I ain't got American.
Now you got time. What's your name? What's your name?
No, I don't.
Come here, you got time.
I'm in a rush.
You ain't in that big of a rush out here with house shoes on, sis. Guess what? We the Israelites. Take you a flyer, all right? Take you a flyer. Nationality. Big bro. Hold up, before you go, I got something for you. Before you go. Something before you go. Come around. I got something for you before you go. I want you to listen to this too. Come on around. Listen to it before you go. Come on this side. Read Romans 12:2.
Romans chapter 12 verse 2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
So that's the mission that we got, Kerry. We cannot, what you say your name was again, bro? Elijah. We cannot be conformed to what the world is giving us. Right. The world say that the black man ain't nothing. Not only do the world say that, but our own women, the women that look just like us, tell us that we ain't shit. You saying, regardless of what the world tell us, God said we cannot be conformed to this world, but we got to be transformed by the renewing of our mind.
Right. That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
But the only thing that's going to change us, the only thing that's going to renew our mind is this Bible. Contrary to what we've been taught. We've been taught in America that the Bible is a white man's book. And we should believe in this book. But that's false because everybody in this Bible was black.
Right.
Every author in this Bible was black.
That's right.
And the Bible is written to us. Christ was black. Moses was black. Adam was black. All the prophets, Job was black. All these men were black. And we got to reform our mind to that. But if we want change in our community, we got to apply God's commandments to our community, right? We got to apply God's commandments to our life. Read that. Before you go, I know you're in a rush, but listen to this. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
So I want you to look at this sign right here, Elijah. We are the children of Israel. I asked you what your nationality was, right? What's your nationality? Like what nation of people do you come from? The Haitians? You come from the Haitians, right? So guess what? You would be from the tribe of Levi.
That's right.
That's what your biblical identity is. Is your father Haitian? Your father's Haitian, right? So your biblical identity, according to the Bible, you're not a Haitian. That's a name that the white man gave you when they took over your land.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Just like African Americans today, we call ourselves African American, right? Where we get the name from?
Africanus, Scipio or something.
Leo Scipios Africanus.
Yeah.
Right.
But before that, that's where we get that name from. But before that, what they call us when they brought us over here?
Negro.
They call us Negroes, black, colored. I got colors for sale. You see what I'm saying? So our nationality, the truth of the matter is we don't have a nationality, according to America. Our true nationality is that we the Israelites.
Right.
We are God's chosen people. And this Bible, this book that we read, we out here preaching and teaching right now, believe it or not, this is what's going to save the world. This is what's going to bring this world down. And if y'all want to live in those last days, the only how you're going to survive in those last days is if you come back to your true nationality.
Right.
And your true nationality is that you're an Israelite according to the Bible.
That's
not
right.
a black man, not an African American,
Right.
not a Negro, not a Haitian. We are the sons of the living God.
That's right.
So what we got to do, Mark?
Hold them commandments.
We got to hold the commandments. What, like what? Give me a commandment that you know you're supposed to be doing that you're
Thou
not
shalt
doing.
not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not fornicate. Is that one?
Okay. I'm gonna give you one more, because a lot of the things we know we're not supposed to be doing, but
Another God before him.
right? But what happens is, like you said, my brother, like you said, force of habit, right? A lot of the habits that we fall back into is because of the people that we hang around. You see what I'm saying? Give me Zephaniah 2:1. I'm sorry. Give me Zephaniah 2:1. Because this is what the Lord wants us to do. I come from a different city, right? I wasn't born in Birmingham, but I moved to Birmingham. The reason why I moved to Birmingham, because it was brothers that had the same mind that I did.
Right.
I had to escape my old environment, because the Lord told Abraham, he said, leave everything you got and go where I need you to go.
Right.
A lot of times that's what you got to do. If you really want to see change in your life, you got to separate yourself from the people that cause you to go back to them force of habit, like Elijah said. Because if you don't get out of an environment, what's going to happen? You're going to keep doing the same thing. So you got to change your environment. You know what I'm saying? This is what we promote. We got a school, bro. You know what I'm saying? We do this every day.
That's right.
And we love to do it. Our job is to come out here and reach some of the brothers. Each one teach one, right? So listen up, Elijah. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire.
So Carrie, Elijah, Mark, if y'all truly want change in the community, it's going to start with you. But you're going to have to make the decision to separate yourself from the people that don't mean you any good. Because if you continue to hang around them people, what's going to happen? The same, nothing is going to change. Give me Proverbs 12:26. When you start applying the commandments to your life, what we got to realize, you said a lot of times we go back to our habits because we don't see the God in ourselves. We don't understand that we are the gods of this earth. We are the one that's going to bring this kingdom down.
Right.
The Lord said he's going to change our bodies in the blink of an eye, only if we apply these commandments to our life. But the reason why we can't apply the commandments to our life, because we don't even see ourselves as the sons of God. We still see ourselves as nigga, because that's what's been taught to us for so long. Listen before you go. I know you got to go. Last one. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them.
So when you become righteous, you start to apply the commandments to your life. The Lord said when you start to apply the commandments to your life, you become better than the people that's not applying the commandments. You see what I'm saying? But it say the way of the wicked seduce them all. So if you stay in that same environment, you're going to get pulled back into that environment and you're never going to get out. Right now, Mark, Carrie, the Lord is reaching out to you. But y'all got to make that next step. You know about us. You was quoting stuff before I even brought it out, so I know you know. But what you gonna do with it? Because the Lord say the ones that knew and didn't apply, they got beat with many stripes. Because not only do you know and you continue to do wrong, guess what else you doing? You teaching these kids to do the same thing. Come here, let me ask you a question. Mama. Come here. 5 minutes, that's all I got in your time. I want to ask your kids a question. You mind? You mind if I ask them a question? I want y'all to come over here. There you go. I want to ask y'all a question. Right here. Which one of you would y'all say is Jesus Christ? Which one is Jesus Christ? Is it this man or is it that one? You would say it's that one, right? What about you? You would say it's that one too. What about you, my brother? What's your name? Who? Robert, which one would you say is Jesus Christ?
I'm 76 years old, so you know where I'm at.
Oh, you gonna go there? Some of them. Your children believe that Jesus Christ is a white man. Do you believe that?
That man right there.
You don't know. Do you think that's an issue? You think it's an issue that you don't know? What are you going? Okay, I'm gonna show you why that's important, right? Because you know what? Give me heritage. Sirach 17. No, Deuteronomy 6 and 7. Because let me show you something. What's gonna happen if your children think that Jesus Christ is a white man? How you think they gonna look at white people? Like they God. Yeah. And how you think they gonna view their own people? Like they nothing. See, a part of our heritage, sis, is knowing. A lot of times what we don't consider is that this book that's been in grandmama's house, that's been on the dashboard, you know what I'm saying? This is our history book. They don't teach these kids history in school. In school, they teach these kids how to keep America running.
That's right.
But the Lord said we gotta teach our children the Bible because that's their lifeline. Guess what? When you leave this earth, guess who you gonna leave back? You gonna leave back these children. And whatever you taught them is what they gonna take and run with. So we gotta teach them who they are according to the Bible.
Right.
It's bigger than you, sis. It's about us. Because you're gonna leave this word and them kids gonna be left behind, so they gotta know their nationality. They gotta know that Jesus Christ is a black man.
Right.
So before you go, I'm gonna read the scripture to them before you go. What's your name, little sis? Yeah, what's your name? Erica, what's your name, bro? Come on, man, don't be scared. Come on up here, man. Huh? Jamel. What's your other brother name? Brandon. So Jamel, Brandon, and Eric. I want y'all to listen to this.
That's what I want to know too.
What's your name? Who? Not Carrie. Read Revelation 1:14.
Revelation chapter 1 verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said Jesus Christ, head on it, the hair on his head was white like wool.
Right.
What type of animal produces wool? What type of animal has wool? You know? You ever seen a sheep before? You ever seen a lamb? They got woolly hair. I want you to touch your head. That's wool on your head. So it said Jesus Christ had hair just like you, just like your mama, just like you got on your head, just like your brother got on his head. Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, and as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now if you look on this picture right here, this man got blonde hair. Sometimes it changes. He got blonde hair and he got blue eyes. But what we just read out of the Bible, it said Jesus Christ had white woolly hair. You ever seen an old man with white hair, with gray hair? Jesus Christ had hair like that. And they say he had red eyes. Read.
Verse 15. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So we looked down at Jesus Christ's feet and he said they look like fine brass, as if it burned in a furnace. Brandon, let me ask you a question. Brandon, what happens when you burn something? What color does it turn?
Real, bro. Let me show you.
You ever burn something before?
Real quick.
What happens when you burn something? You want me to be in the kitchen?
Show it is on the inside right now.
You want me to burn something in the kitchen? You never burn no toast? I thought you were going to burn something in the kitchen. See, what happens when you burn something? It turns black, right? And it was like they burned in a furnace. What that mean? That means Jesus Christ was a black man.
Right.
Not just things they taught us, they pushed throughout the world. And if our kids don't know and understand that, they gonna grow up and push the same hatred that's being pushed in our community today. We don't see it like that. But the reason why we got so much violence, you married? You not married? All your kids got the same father? They got the same father. Why you not married? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. A big portion of that is what we fail to realize. Christianity has taught that it's okay to do what you want to do. Don't marry the woman. Lay down with her, have as many kids as you want to, and you ain't even got to take care of them. I'm not saying that he don't take care of your kids, but the people that should be holding our men accountable are not holding the men accountable. Right. And the women are not being held accountable. Because you shouldn't be giving your body up to a man to have kids if he's not planning to marry you. Right. We don't value ourselves. You like diamonds? Like gold? Where do you find these minerals? Where do you find these things at? You find these things deep in the ground. That's right. They're not easy to get to. But we don't see ourselves like that. You see what I'm saying? So we got to come back to what God calls us. Right. We got to realize that the same black man that's coming back to save the earth, he coming back to save us and not all nations of people. Right. We got to see ourselves as important. We don't see ourselves as important. And if you don't see yourself as important, your kids not. Right. You want better for your kids. And you got to better yourself. Because your kids just going to do what you do. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And that's what we haven't been taught. And I can tell we haven't been taught by the way that our sisters come out here dressing. And I'm not throwing shade at y'all, but the way we dress say God does not love everybody. That's been taught to you by Christianity, by the white man. God does not love everybody. He did not come back to save everybody. But let me get my point out. I can tell all people don't care about themselves because of how our sisters come out here dressing. Right. You do? How do you give me some ways of how you care about yourself? Well, let me ask you something. You smoke?
My mom said that.
Okay, what is smoking going to about?
Making me unnerved.
Black man, we gotta keep this to man.
For all these crazy people.
You smoke?
Yeah.
What is smoking doing to your life?
Helping me cope with life.
What with life?
Cope.
Why do we need to cope with life? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the black people's lives. So we need to stop figuring out how to cope, and we gotta get to the root of the problem. That's the problem. We don't know the root of the problem. Why do black people suffer today? Why are we going through so much hell? Y'all got an answer? Look at your fight.
You can have heaven on earth.
You can have heaven on earth, but do black people have heaven on earth?
Yes,
I don't. We have hell on earth.
You're right though, cause we always gotta answer to these white people.
How black people have hell on earth? Sister, what's your name? Anaya? Who? Veronica. What's your name? Tiffany. Veronica and Anaya. All right. She said we can have heaven on earth. My statement was we don't have heaven on earth. We have hell on earth.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Look on that flyer, right? It say the truth about slavery. It's a known fact that black people were captives, slaves in America. Right. What is that considered? Before you speak, let me read this. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. Therefore my people.
For who?
My people.
Now Isaiah is speaking through the Spirit of the Lord. So what the Lord is saying right here is, therefore, my people. I went to public school, and I learned a little bit of English.
You know who his people is?
Who?
The ones who believe in him. I don't. It's some people who don't agree with him. And they do be blessed though.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's what we've been told. I'm not trying to show you who you are. Let me get to the point. Because the fact of the matter is that all people did not go through the slavery that we went through. When we got brought up here on them slave ships, we lost our name, we lost our heritage, we lost our culture, we lost everything. We lost how we drink, how we eat, we lost all of that. We lost everything.
We lost our property.
From everybody else's slavery.
We lost our land. We lost everything.
Therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge.
So God said his people are going into captivity, going into slavery because they have no knowledge. What's the knowledge that black people are missing today? It ain't how to twerk, because black women do that all over the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't how to sell drugs, It ain't how to get money, because
Right.
black people get money and they sell drugs.
Right.
We do all of that. It ain't how to have kids out of wedlock, because guess what? Most of our children, I'm not throwing shots, but most of the black women in this community, do not have a man in the household with them.
Right.
So the knowledge that we missing is not that knowledge. The knowledge that we missing is the knowledge of the Bible.
That's right.
That's what we don't have. Our women do not prove a man before they lay down with him and have sex with him. Our women do not marry the man they lay down with. And I'm not saying it's all y'all fault, because you got some ain't niggas out here.
Bring it out.
And they ain't nothing because they haven't been taught properly. They didn't have fathers in the house. So we just repeating the cycle over and over again. But God say his people is going into captivity because they have no knowledge. And we're gonna find out what that knowledge is. Read.
Malachi chapter 2, verse 7.
No. Oh, you can't read that.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
So we have not applied the law in our communities. We have not applied God's commandments in our community. We have not applied the commandments on how women should dress, on how men should dress, on what we should be eating, what holidays we should be celebrating.
That's right.
We got a lot of effeminate men out here. We was talking to a brother earlier that was effeminate, and when we brought that out, he got offended and he ran off. Why he run off? Because I guarantee he ain't got no father in the house, because men don't accept that behavior from men.
That's right.
And we should not accept whorish behavior from our daughters.
Right.
When we dress like you dress right now, and the women see that, and the young girls see that, hold up, before let me speak.
A whore is just a name, right? That the man wrote in the book.
You said who wrote it in the book?
That somebody wrote in a book.
All right, you gonna get me on my point. Stop talking for a minute. Stop talking, because I'm finna go to the scripture. Stop talking, read that.
We dress
First, go back there, I said.
Y'all need.
I want y'all to listen up, because we talk about slavery. Anaya and Veronica, listen up, because we talk about slavery and hell on earth right now. Read.
Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Therefore, my people are going into captivity because they have no knowledge.
So God said his people are going into slavery because we have no knowledge. Read.
And their honorable men are famished.
And the men that's supposed to be honorable, the men that's supposed to be leading the community, he said they famished. They don't have the knowledge to lead the community. Because what have my brother right here, what's your name? Big bro. I'm gonna tell you like, the dude on Boondocks, pimp named Slipback. You know what I mean?
My folks on Green Acre, bro. I'm finna go to
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, bro.
It said the honorable men are famished. What have the older men taught us in the community today?
I don't know, cause I did 10 years in prison. I've been out 29.
So you haven't taught us nothing, right?
You don't know that.
I'm not throwing shots at you.
That's exactly
but if
what
you've been
you're
in
doing,
prison, you have not taught us nothing.
Oh, I got electrical degree, bro.
You got who?
Electrical degree.
I'm saying, but what have you taught young men on how to be men?
Bring it out.
You could have taught them. None of you was in prison.
I've been out 29 years.
But you went in prison. Okay, so since you've been out, what have you been teaching the young men?
Teaching how to work, bro.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But right here, the Bible is saying the honorable men are famished. So most of the men in the community are not teaching young men how to be men. King James Version. King James. Read it.
And their multitudes dried up with thirst.
And it said the multitude of people are dried up with thirsty. When y'all come out here like this, I can tell that something is missing. I can tell that y'all, it's something in y'all life that's not there that you're seeking for. Because the way our women dress today is attention seeking.
Right.
If they had fathers that really showed them love in the household, they would know how to conduct themselves as women.
That's
but our women
right.
do not know how to do that because they have not had the proper teaching. They have not had the proper love because there has not been men around to teach these things.
Right.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation